it's going to be fancy. Y is x to the power of 0. Oh, salud, 1. Now x could be anything, right? X could be any number. So any number to the power of 0 is 1. You've been taught that, but I'm going to show you why. So let's start off with just some things about exponents. Let's use the number 2. Okay? So would you agree that 2 to the 5th power is 5 2's? Of course, right? Okay. Now what if I took that and I divided it by 2? What if I took this and I divided by 2? What would I get? What if I divided this by 2? What would I get? 2 to the what? Of 3. Why 3? To the 4th, right? Because look, like maybe you don't see it here, but like if I did it over here, if I divide it by 2, wouldn't 2 divided by 2 equal 1 and you're left with 4? So if I divide it by 2, then I would get 2 to the 4th power. And that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4 2's. Yeah? Now what if I divided that by 2? I would get 2 to the 3rd, right? So I'm going to go ahead and write that out. I'm going to divide by 2. Every time I'm going to divide by 2, and this one reduces, right? And this is like, remember, 5 minus 1 is 4. There's an invisible 1 here. 4 minus 1 is 3, so this would be 2 to the 3rd. You good? See what I'm talking about? Alright, so that would be 1, 2, 3. Good? Same thing. Again, divide by 2, divide by 2. You see how it's going to be 2 squared is equal to, 2 squared is going to equal to 2 times 2, right? Okay, we're getting to the exciting part. Oh boy. I'm going to divide by 2 again. I'm going to divide by 2 again. A 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, right? 2 minus 1 is 1. I don't need to write 1, there's an invisible 1 there all the time, and that's equal to just plain old 2. So 2 to the 1 does equal 2. Right? Anything to the power of 1 is equal to itself, because there's just one of them that's sitting there and multiplying. Otro más. One more time. I'm going to divide by 2. Right? This equals what? Juan. 1. And 1 minus 1 is 0. If we did this with 2, we could have done it with any number, right? It would work the same no matter what number we're using. There you go. That's why anything to the power of 0 is 1. That's how exponents work. Good? Okay, now, on this side over here, 2 to the power of 0 is 1, right? So I got room to write. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to divide by the base of 2. The base is 2, right? I'm going to divide by 2. Both sides. Right? 0 minus 1. What is 0 minus 1? Negative 1. So this is 2 to the negative 1. And what's that equal? 1/2. Uh-oh. I'm going to divide by 2 again. But I don't want to like divide by 2, because that's going to be 1/2 divided by 2. And when you write it that way, it's confusing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write it this way. Is that okay? Divide by 2? I'm going to divide this by 2 by writing it like a fraction. Pregunta for you, though. Ready? Pregunta. How do I divide by 2? Multiply by the reciprocal, right? So this would be, really this would be 1/2 times 1/2, right? Since we're using exponents, let's write that. And that would be 2 to the what power? What's negative 1 minus 1? Negative 2. Do you see? So what would be 2 to the negative 5th power? What would that be? 1 over 2 to the 5th. You remember that exponents are repeated multiplication, correct? What's a negative sign mean? What's a negative sign mean, like just in general? It actually means opposite in one sense. Like 5 plus 4, right? 5 minus 4 is the opposite of that. If you have the number 7, the opposite of 7 is negative 7. Right? Those are opposite numbers. Exponents are repeated multiplication, right? So this would be, let's do it right here. So this would be, this would be 8 times itself 3 times, right? 1, 2, 3. What's the opposite of repeated multiplication? Repeated division. The opposite of multiplication is division. This would be 8, 8, and 8. But what goes on top? 1. Negative exponents are repeated division. Negative's opposite. Exponents are repeated multiplication. So you got an idea how it works? Yeah? That's $10. $10. Pay up, sucker. Nobody's ever paid me. Cookies work. You can bring them cookies. Alright. So, questions? Anybody? Oh, look at that.